Coming off of a SummerSlam that had both good and bad moments, the question was, would Triple H's brand new vision as head of creative and also the executive vice president of talent relations, would he be able to speed WWE towards a new era? Yes. Would it begin tonight on WWE's flagship show? Yes. Would the matches be good? Yes. Would some of the matches be great? Yes. Would the promos be great and short and sweet at the same time? Yes. Would every segment basically serve a purpose? Yes. And would I wish that I was Dominic Mysterio by the end of the show? Yes, 1,000 times yes. Yes, 1,000 times yes. My goodness, I have never wanted to be Dominic Mysterio more than I did tonight. Sweet fucking Christ, Rhea Ripley, you are a godsend to professional wrestling. Let's just talk about some wrestling. Nobody wants to be horny about wrestling. Why would you accuse me of that? Stop accusing me of that. Anyway, I'm John Renton with my review of WWE Raw from Houston, Texas. Boy, the crowd certainly didn't show up for most of this. I mean, they were there. They weren't making a lot of noise. Or they didn't mic the crowd very well. I have no fucking idea. I will say that while this Raw was not necessarily perfect, and I'm not necessarily drinking the Triple H Kool-Aid yet, there was some good stuff on the show. It gave me hope for a more sports-based product. Maybe they can add that to NXT, and they can definitely add that to SmackDown, and we can just shore things up. And it's going to take a while to undo the damage that Vince McMahon, a.k.a. Vern McGagne, if you know, you know. Shout out to TNA Creative for that. It's going to take a while to undo a lot of the damage that Vince and his cronies did. And while Triple H is not perfect, at least he understands how to present wrestling properly. Let people go out there and be athletes. And do some stuff that makes sense. Sure, it's just 1 week, and it's been 1 week since you looked at me, and let's just not talk about that bare naked lady song because it's all been done. Ooh-hoo-hoo. But in all honesty, this is actually pretty good. This is pretty good overall. I was definitely wrestling entertained, as it were. I'm going to emphasize wrestling because there was a lot of good wrestling on this show. Becky shows up in a sling, and she separated her shoulder. I did rewatch Bianca versus Becky just before Raw just to see it, and I go, oh, she really did separate her shoulder. And she worked most of the match with a separated shoulder. And we got to see recaps where Bayley, Dakota, and Sky. I don't really know why they changed the names, but whatever. Becky basically said, well, she found out who she was. She found herself at SummerSlam because she had felt lost after winning or losing the Raw Women's Championship and fighting back and everything. Now, Bianca brought the best out of her in the last year. This is the best way to turn her face. She's gone from being big-time Bex back to being the man, but she's got a separated shoulder and she's going to have time off for surgery or at least rehab or something. She said she helped build the women's division to be better than ever. She wasn't the only one, but she helped build it, and she did. And calls out Bianca, and Bianca says, you are the man. She says, well, hold it down, B. I'll see you soon. Good stuff. And then Bianca's cutting a promo and everything, talking about Becky, talking about how she's not going to back down from anybody, and lo and behold, nobody bothered to check the back, and oh my god, Bayley, Dakota, and Io are attacking Becky. What? Bayley's new group is attacking Becky? Great. Now Becky's got a separated shoulder. She's going to be taken to the local medical facility for that and anal bleeding. What? Wow. But she's taken out, and very beautiful paramedic young lady. I will say that right now. Don't know her name. Good on her. So, that was fine. That was good. That was proper. Way to write Becky out of the whole thing. You get some good steam on this group. And they're featuring a trio properly. They're doing the right things with the women. God, if only we'd been doing that for a while. Notice we have not had the 24/7 championship even mentioned. That's a bit of a shock. Also, I do want to mention really, really quickly, since we're on the subject of the women. Rumors are, now I don't know how true this stuff is, that overtures have been made for Naomi and Sasha to return to the company. If they're both happy returning to the company under Triple H's vision, and they're happy with the fact that Vince is gone and maybe they'll be listened to, look, I don't blame them for getting frustrated and leaving. I was on their side. I'm going to be on their side if they come back. Sasha and Naomi, hopefully, if they do come back, great. If they want to go do other things, great. Whatever it is. Just as long as they're happy. That's what it comes down to. Let's not forget Naomi, by the way, because a lot of people are like, oh, Sasha's coming back. Naomi's there too and was there longer. Granted, Sasha achieved a lot more as far as megastar status. Naomi's a really good athlete. So anyway, then we get a card rundown. Commercial-free first hour. JBL narrates his package on the history of the U.S. Championship. They're trying to make a mid-card championship seem legit. God, if only they had done that from the moment they introduced it. The show made sense, which was both refreshing and also, God, if only this had been, if only they had done stuff like this before, but Vince just couldn't get his head out of his own fucking ass. Styles, Ali, and Miz make their entrance. We cut to recaps of Logan Paul versus Miz. And Logan Paul, once more, he'll be back. Good. Good. I don't care how good of a frog splash you can fucking do. I don't care if it was years ago. You do not come back, and you do not get to just, continue to make dumb mistakes. And also, a dumb mistake is saying something and realizing, the error of your ways. You don't film a dead body in a goddamn Japanese forest. And you don't make fun of a goddamn culture or make a blog about it. And Logan Paul and Jake Paul can fucking suck goddamn rotten eggs until they choke on him for all I care. But he can do a cool splash. He takes it seriously. I'll give him credit for that. That's it. So, Ali versus Styles versus Miz. Three-way match. Winner advances to the main event. Or, well, not the main event, but another match later on that faces the winner of another three-way to get a U.S. title shot. This is where things get a little overly complicated, because if they do this shit in AEW, and it drives me nuts, and they do stuff in New Japan, I don't know. Sometimes it gets a little much, but then again, they're trying to give all these guys TV time. I can't fault them there. There was a cool tornado DDT spot where Styles hit the floor, and Ali just spiked him, and Styles got spiked so hard that he now thinks the earth is round. And I understand Ciampa was really looking forward to winning his match and facing Ali because he wanted to beat him up for turning his back on the blue. If you know, you know. Ciampa's a tremendous wrestler. Also, apparently has scrambled eggs for brains. So anyway, the finish was really nice. This was a good, energetic three-way match. Miz had his hurt ribs. He hit the skull-crushing finale, couldn't get the victory. 450... hit by Ali right into a Styles clash where he lands Ali on Miz, covers Ali 1, 2, 3. How's that Ali push working out for everybody? Look, Ali will probably be featured better. Maybe he'll be the one to eventually dethrone Lashley. I mean, dethrone. I always hear dethrone as deep throat because I'm mature. But I think Ali's going to be the kind of guy that's going to have really good matches. I don't know if he's going to win much. Who knows? So, we go back to Becky. She's being checked on. She's obviously going to be out for a while. And then Bayley's group is still here, as we know. And then the Usos show up, and they're checking out Bayley and Dakota. I don't blame them, except, where's the Bayley and Io? I don't know. I hope the Usos didn't drive there. So anyway, recaps of Riddle and Rollins from SummerSlam. Rollins has made his entrance. He calls Riddle stupid. He's not wrong. And says, oh, Riddle, you can be like Orton. You can be on the shelf with injuries. And then he wants Roman, since Riddle's out of his way. The Prophets show up. I mean, Rollins says, hey, you guys really should split up because you just can't win the big one anymore. Wait, didn't we beat you for the Raw Tag Titles? Yes, we did. And we're getting a possible match. Rock, paper, scissoring. Is this about Dakota again? I kid, of course. Montez runs down. We have a match. It's a pretty good match. The question is, though, would Montez be able to rise to the occasion? Which he has. He's done great work lately. And Angelo, no slouch, has done great work as well. I'm still not a fan of the shtick. To me is just annoying and old, but there's no doubt they can go in the ring. Rollins targets the ribs. A lot of rib targeting on this show. We then get some pretty, nice work here. Nice heel work. Montez does fire back, but gets cut down. Falcon Arrow for 2. And eventually he curb stomps an African-American in Houston. News at 9 for 3. And then goes to do it again, but then here's Dawkins make the save. And then we get Bork and the Roman. Recaps of that Alexa entrance. And I said, and the show was going so good. I know that there are fans of Alexa. That's fine. You can be fans of her. I'm not even saying she's a bad person, but her offense doesn't look like it could hurt goddamn air. Here's Asuka. Totally fine here. How dare you accuse me otherwise? Asuka and Alexa, they have, I guess, a pseudo-okay match. I don't know why Asuka just couldn't beat Alexa here, except they're bound determined to push Alexa for whatever reason. Bayley's group attacks and we get a DQ. Bianca shows up, and I fear we're getting a six-man tag or six-man woman match. Nope. Bianca says they'll take on any of you. And Io's like, I will. So we're getting that match later. Gable then makes a comment about the Astros cheating. They did. That's why you don't cheat, you fuckheads. So, Gable versus Ciampa versus Ziggler. Look, this is another one. Whoever wins faces Styles. Look, Gable's really good. This shtick is stupid. It worked for Angle. It ain't going to work for Gable. So, that's all I got to say right there. The match was well worked. Ciampa can really go in the ring. I also don't fucking get why in the world they gave him lime green, tights with some pink trimming. It is ugly ass tights. Good Lord. Ciampa ends up pinning Gable. It's hard to care about this match, even though the work is pretty high level, because none of these guys really mean anything. They've already forgotten about Ziggler versus Theory, seemingly. Whatever. Then we get recaps of Judgment Day and the story and Edge doing what he did. And then Edge returns to a pop and basically keeps it short and sweet. He says, I've been an asshole to you guys. I'm not going to be an asshole to you guys. I started Judgment Day to help people, or help these people, pass on my knowledge, and then they just beat me up. So now I'm going to take out Judgment Day. I will end Judgment Day. He's going to eradicate Judgment Day to implement the final phase of his plan. So, then, I will kill what I created. Me and the NWO. God, Vince, the NWO really did kill WWE. Or your version of WWE just took 20 years. So anyway, Ray talks about Edge and becoming tag team champions again. Cut. Dominic, why are you talking? Sarah interviewing Bayley's group. Io says some stuff in Japanese and says she'll beat Bianca. I don't understand Japanese at all. I love Io, though. Io with her gear, like in Stardom, and in her early parts of WWE, well, when she was in NXT. It's Io Sky. Man, it's just weird. Just a weird spelling. Very odd. Not the most offensive thing they've done. Give them 12 to 15 minutes. I think they gave them at least 15. They gave them a lot of time here. Can Io kick me like that is what I noted here. Here to moonsault me feet first. Shut up. I'm not. I'm just totally fine. Totally fine here. Later, Dakota and Bayley show up. Good pace to it. Both these women can work. Bianca's really, really shine. Hey, Io can wrestle. We forgot about that. Now, granted, she was out injured for a bit, and she got away from teaming with Zoe Stark, so at least she doesn't have that albatross around her neck. And I know I'm not just saying that because Zoe Stark remembers when the albatrosses were populating the earth like crazy, because when she was in school, they didn't have history. Her social security number is 1. But Io did some great stuff here. And Asuka and Alexa show up. We go to break, so it's two on each side. And then, oh no, Io tried to win with her feet on the ropes, but that got pushed off. And Asuka and Alexa, Dakota and Bayley start attacking each other in the ring. They don't attack any of the other two, and we call a DQ. I understand why they did a DQ here. That's the second DQ involving the women, though. Bit of an issue. They didn't need to do a DQ in the first match, in my personal opinion. They booked themselves into a corner. If you have to book yourselves into a corner or book yourself to the point where you're going to do shit like this, don't book the match. That's it. Was this match good? Yes, it was. I'm not going to complain so much about this DQ, but they just did one. That being said, it did advance the story at least. We'll see where they go with this group. So, Miz and Ciampa are backstage. And then Ciampa faced off against Styles. Booker T joined commentary. 2003 Triple H may have been right about him, because Booker has not made sense in at least 12 years. Hey, next week's biography is about Luger. Oh, I'm going to enjoy that one. If you know, you fucking know. I will have reviews of the Mick Foley Season 1 biography and the Kurt Angle biography from yesterday up either tomorrow, probably actually more like Wednesday, because I got a bit of a funky schedule this week. I do apologize, but I will have those reviews up in due course. So, match is fine. Miz interferes, almost causes Style to get count out, and then eventually Fairy Tale ending 1, 2, 3. And next week it's going to be Ciampa versus Lashley. Okay? Work will be fine. Speaking of Lashley gets interviewed about bringing prestige back to the U.S. Championship. Mysterios versus Usos, Undisputed Tag Title match. It was fine. There was a cool, close near fall that Dominic got, of all people. Further proving I desecrate an ancient totem if I have to deal with Dominic and praise anything he does. So, we then eventually get the 1D, 1, 2, 3. The match is fine, it's just it blends together after a while. But then Judgment Day attacks and Rhea scissoring Dominic and a crap. Please, I will pay for it. I'm happy for Rhea and Buddy, but God damn, Rhea's a goddess. And then Edge shows up and accidentally spears Dominic. I popped because Dominic fucking deserved it for thinking that he should be in a wrestling ring. But nevertheless, that being said, despite any negativity that I have towards a couple people, not a bad show. Let's see what happens on NXT. God, can that show get any better? It can't get any worse. It really can't. Anyway, good job, Triple H and co. Let's see what happens. Hopefully more people can come in that'll help Triple H take the weight off his shoulders since he had that cardiac event and he can just do his stuff without getting overstressed. Agree, disagree what I said? Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.